Crypto presents exciting new opportunities for the investment-minded, but it's also volatile and accelerating in complexity. That's why we created Token Metrics, an intelligent crypto platform backed by an industry-leading combination of data, AI, and media that feeds optimized portfolios to crypto investors. Featuring Token Metrics ratings to help you find the best investment opportunities in real time, an indices page that showcases various model portfolios, and deep insights into price predictions and technical analysis. A dedicated NFT dashboard that evaluates NFT collections and assets by our machine learning algorithm to find the most profitable and secure NFTs across all available blockchains. Plus, with access to Token Metrics TV, monitor 24/7 exclusive crypto news and analysis. Whether you're a first-time trader or a seasoned crypto investor, you can stay informed and in control, backed by your all-in-one crypto companion, Token Metrics.
Hello, Token Metrics family. Hello, crypto family. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Apologies for the delay. It's been a very, very busy week. Lots of meetings, still here working, trying to find some alpha. Hope everybody's doing well. All right, so let's see who's tuning in on the stream. Let's see what's first up on the stream. Just post in the chat. Can you guys hear me? Let's do some quick tests real quick. I'm actually doing the production here. Okay, just give me 1 second. Just want to double check, making sure everything's okay before we hop into the stream. Today's stream is going to be 100x crypto predictions. Okay, for some reason, this platform is not sending chats, but I do see we're live on YouTube over here. All right, not sure what's going on over there, but all right, so let me pull up the screen here. All right, there we go. So 100x crypto predictions for the next bull run. Let me know what you think. What is your 100x crypto prediction down below? Let us know. What altcoin do you think is going to do 100x, maybe even 1000x? Because as we like to say, all right, so definitely let us know what you think. Follow us on socials. Just go over to Token Metrics Inc. on Twitter, Token Metrics on IG, tokenmetrics.com/podcast for the podcast. Get us on the go. And then, of course, Token Metrics on YouTube. Be sure to tell a friend that we are live. Okay, so on the agenda, we have an AMA. So any questions you want to post, just go to menti.com, menti.com. Use the code 8111-1266. That's 8211-1266, or just scan the QR code. All right, so first on the stream on YouTube, we got Eddie P in the house. Greetings, fam. Good to have you here. RP Cubed, let's go. Pat, what's up? Thomas, greetings. Good to have you here. Friday Alpha, loving it. Definitely. We got Tendai, what's up? NE, Ben and Jerry in the house. David, we got Shinon X, Crypto Invest, Mohammed, Sauce, Charlene, good to have you here. All right. So we'll be going through Coin of the Week, Question of the Day. We'll do an AMA and also top 5 coins of the week. And also, of course, the 100x crypto predictions. All right. So now I do have a short time because I do have to hop onto some other stuff. So I have about half an hour. So we'll try to fly through this fast. Okay, so first up, Coin of the Week. So looking at the 20 coins this week, the options we got are Render, Token, Singularity Net, Lido DAO, Pepe, or ChitCat. I've not heard of ChitCat, but it sounds definitely like a meme coin. Definitely tell us what you think. But right now we've got Render and Singularity in the lead. So I'm going to quickly pull that up and see if we can actually analyze that. But before we do, to kind of set the stage, anybody can go to tokenmetrics.com, log in, create a free account, basic plan. Get access to this page, the market page. It tells you whether we're in a risk-off or risk-on environment, and currently we're in a risk-off environment. Very, very bearish. If we come down here, there's 22% on this bull and bear gauge. So about 13% of tokens are bullish. In essence, that means 84% are bearish on our platform. So right now is a time to be risk off. However, the big thing to take note of is on this chart that shows Bitcoin season versus altcoin season, there's been a big reversal from profits in Bitcoin. Capital is flowing back into alts. We're not in a full-fledged altcoin season yet. However, it's trending up. And that makes sense. That's why it's been meme season in the last month or so. And coming down here, all the sectors aren't doing pretty well, aren't doing great in terms of sector grades on average. But L1s are still the highest, but it is still not looking good with L1s being 32%. Coming down here, the big movers, we've got Function X from the Pundi X coin, or Pundi X team, is up over 26%. Something over there is brewing, not sure exactly what. Then if we go over here, we've got Casper's down about 3.5%, Waves is down, Strata is down. The big market movers in terms of volume, we've got Function X over 4x change in liquidity in trading volume. Something is happening there. Then we got Cyber Harbor. I'm not sure why that is moving. But okay, so we said vendor token. Let's actually look at that. We've been covering this for the last few weeks. The platform has been liking it. And trader grade for this is still high, 83%. So it's currently in a strong buy. Obviously not financial advice. FTV of 1.5 billion. Right, and this turned bullish on May 18th at $2.45. It's at 282. If you go to investor grade, this is currently in the buy on about slightly under 70%. But actually, I mean, this has been moving all the way back from December. It was at about 40 cents to almost $3. So actually, let me move my screen so you guys can see that, right? So it's gone from basically about 40 cents back in end of last year, and it's been going up. So something here has been brewing, right? And this had a pretty high trader grade or decent trader grade. It's been in the buy for the majority of that time. All right, so something tells me I've been hearing on Twitter a lot of speculation about render with, I believe, Apple getting into AI and metaverse. So let me actually pull this up and see if there's any news from Render. Right, the Render network connects artists looking to render next-gen 3D media with near unlimited GPUs. Okay, very interesting. I know GPUs are big with NVIDIA, basically killing it with their stock because almost all this AI have to be rendered on a GPU. For example, like OpenAI, their computations, GPT and all that stuff. Actually, so here, let's actually just search for the token. I want to see what people are saying about this on Twitter. So do you guys think this could be a 100x coin? Okay, seems like, what is this? And I'm seeing a lot of spam. Actually, here I'm going to do Render network, Apple. And then, it seems like it's just Twitter speculation. Okay, so this person posted here, if you think AI dominates this year on the topics, Render might be a good token to express this bet. Starting to study. Yeah, people are basically speculating that Apple is going to get into AI because we've seen Google get into AI. We've seen OpenAI get into AI, of course. But Apple hasn't really done anything. Microsoft has gotten into AI. But what is the move for Apple? I don't think it's going to necessarily be Render per se, but I think Render is one of those projects that is worth keeping an eye on. So on the list of coins of the week, I'm not opposed to that being high because it has a high trader grade, right? If we go to Singularity Net, trader grade is very, very low, although it's up 74%, but I would not trade it. Investing it, okay, investor grade is actually down 11%. So even that, I would be hesitant. So I'm going to have to stick with Render token. If anybody knows what's going on in terms of render, definitely let us know in the chat. Although even though I cannot see the chat, I'm not sure what's going on with this software. But yeah, that's that. Let us know what coin of the week is. All right, so moving on, because I do have to fly through all this. Question of the day: is the Bitcoin dump over? Yes or no? Right now, people think no. We'll give you the quick analysis on that. So just pulling this up here. Bitcoin trader grade is in a strong sell. Although it's coming up, it's bounced up 22%. It's still in a strong sell. So right now, it is not over. Just looking at our platform, right? And it turned bearish on May 10th, which was 16 days ago. So basically, it's been bearish since then. So the dump is not over. I'll wait for this to be bullish, right? Kind of like back over here when we went from 17K to 22.5K basically. But right now, the dump is not over. That's kind of the short version. Investing wise, kind of the same thing. It's not really time to get in at the moment. But yeah, market's not looking too good right now. It's time to be out of the game. Let's actually switch real quick to Function X and see what's going on here. So trader grade is actually moving. In the last 1 day, it is up over 200% in trader grade. And the price has gone up 30%. So it's still in neutral, but what the heck is going on over here, right? And the trading signal is still bearish, but something is happening here. So I wonder what exactly they've announced. Let's actually go to their Twitter and find out. They can only have an FTV of under 400 million, but let's see if they had any type of news come out. Function X is through to announce that we will host Twitter Spaces with one chain. Okay. Okay, they're part of the Cosmos IBC network. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm seeing lots of speculation, but I'm not really seeing any actual. I'm not sure why the team's retweeting the price. That's the first thing I'd kind of be concerned of. But anyway, that's that. All right, so I'm going to move through this quick. Top 5 coins of the week using tokenomics. All right, so we go back. Let's go to ratings. And let's see what are the coins to trade right now. So I'm going to go to the customize screen. And I'm going to customize using my filters. Let me just check the chat to see how we're doing, since I can't view it on my screen over here. All right, so actually, let's keep all that. We're going to say trader grade over 70%. Down to 22 tokens, basically. We're going to say trading signal is bullish. And trading volume over 10 million. And then we should have our nice list. And let's see if it's different from last week's list. Oh, wow. Can you guys spot the common theme on this list? I see it right away. First of all these tokens have moved, right? I see ARPA is up over 110% in the last 1 week. We've got SoftKey up 26%. We've got IrisNet 17%, NKN 13%. Let me know in the comments, what is the common theme you guys are seeing just on this list? This tells me there's a common narrative. Let's check the chat and see what people say. We'll get to questions at the end. Right now, we're doing coin of the week. What's the common narrative? Can somebody just post in the chat and just let me know? People are just trying to show their tokens. What's the common narrative? All right. Storage? Not quite. ISO 2000, 20,000 20022. AI CKB has great potential for 100x. No, the common narrative, looking at this, these are coins that fit the China narrative, the Asian narrative. This is so ARPA is an Asian blockchain. NKN is an Asian blockchain. Tron, just in Sun Asian. Self-key is identity for I think also based in Asia, I believe. Right. So if we pull up all these, that tells me there's some kind of narrative. And actually, I think somebody did share this because what? Let me see if I can pull up the article here. Just give me. Yeah, so this is. I'm going to pull this up here on my tab. So the tweet I saw come through, which I think kind of confirms this, right? This person says Chinese coin narrative is in full force. All you need to know about these A coins. So they go through their different A coins on here. All right, they have Filecoin because lots of miners for Filecoin are based in China. They've got a Conflux network. They had, what else do they have here? Phoenix Chain. Right, but basically, looking at this list, this is the same exact thing, right? So the ones I would look at if I wanted to trade any of these, if we actually, let me just do a filter here. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to filter out anything that has lost or declined in trader grade. So that's going to take out IrisNet. And basically that could also be why maybe function X is pumping Asian narrative, but we've covered self-key in the past. Let me look at all these. So ARPA, this we've actually been trading. I'm not sure if we got stopped out, but basically secure computation network for blockchain adapted cryptography, backed by Coinbase and Binance. So we've been covering this for a while. I still don't really know what they do, but if you're trading it, that's kind of, I guess, part of it, right? But trader grade is high, strong buy currently. You got NKN, same thing, about slightly over 100 million FDV. Now these are trades; these are not long-term investments at all. ARPA, yeah, not quite the first one I'll go to, but same thing. This is last time I checked the blockchain. Yeah, for these, I don't know. NKN is a new kind of peer-to-peer network. Novo public blockchain. So all these are basically public blockchains in China with pretty low FTVs. So people are basically anticipating, as this other tweet said, basically, because you have Hong Kong really trying to push and make themselves a crypto hub again. And I think with all this regulation and clarity happening in Hong Kong and China, I guess China compared to the US in terms of crypto, people are trying to speculate that these coins could pump, right? So I would put this as part of that narrative. NKN. Trader grade is also high, up almost 60%. Investor grade, not so much. So all these are trades. Then we've got Bella Protocol as well, almost up 10% in trader grade. I've not heard of this before, but I'm going to guess it's also an Asian coin. Let's see. I'm saying Binance. My guess is probably, let's see here. Yep, Chinese. So don't think they will pump a bunch of people are trying to sell their bags. Okay, so we got Self-key. This one we've covered before. Honestly, this I would not hold long-term at all. I'm not the biggest fan. I actually downloaded the app when I was trying to test it out, and I didn't really see much value in it. But the token has been around for a while. But that's the common theme I'm seeing across all these different tokens. But I mean, I think if you're going to trade, these are the coins I would be trading. That's the big narrative. Now, if I wanted to really filter this out, you could add a filter and say continue ratio over 1.5. Then you got ARPA, render, and self-key. And all these have done well, especially, well, ARPA is the main trade, really. So let me know what you guys think. Let me check the comments and see how we're doing. What do I think about Conflux? I haven't looked too much into it, so I can't really comment too much. But let's actually segue fast because I only have about 15 minutes left, unfortunately. So let's go to the next questions. All right. So is the Hong Kong news fluff, or will it bring actual buy volume to crypto? So I'll preface this by saying I'm not a Hong Kong expert. I'll leave it to the expert, but I can't speculate. I think Hong Kong is, because during COVID, Hong Kong got decimated. People were fleeing, right? And then you also factor in the geopolitics of China, the US, and how they're kind of trying to basically, because my understanding is by 2049 or 2050, correct me if I'm wrong, Hong Kong will become fully owned by China. So basically, the US and, or rather the Western world, is they're playing politics. That being said, Hong Kong was a crypto hub and a finance hub globally, but during COVID, they had a strict lockdown. People couldn't really leave or even travel into Hong Kong. And that being the finance capital of Asia and the world, right? I would say Hong Kong, Singapore are the capitals of finance in Asia. And you have people fleeing to Singapore and other parts of the world, Dubai. But now there's a huge resurgence trying to bring people back post-COVID. And they're now really becoming more crypto-friendly. So you have Hong Kong, places like Dubai, Switzerland, what else? Well, mainly outside the UAE. So is this fluff? I think it's real news. And the fact that we now have lots of coins that fit the narrative, people are speculating, right? And I believe there's something happening in June. Where was this? I thought it was news somewhere. Let me search for this. Crypto. Yeah, so right here we have on June 1st, Hong Kong crypto exchanges will be allowed to offer their services to regular customers. If alts catch a bid, I expect Chinese-related coins to perform strongly. This comes from Miles on Twitter. Yeah, so people are basically playing this narrative, right? So guess what? We didn't have to read the news. Our Tokenmetrics AI picked that up in the technicals and different data points and said, okay, you know what? All systems go. If you're going to trade anything in the next week or so, it's the Chinese narrative, right? Asia coins or Hong Kong. Basically, people in Asia, retail is going to enter this space. So I think it's big news, right? Definitely big news. So I think I can definitely anticipate a lot more liquidity and trading volume. So that's how I would play it. All right, so let's move on to the next coin. Let me actually skip some of these because when it goes to let me just go through all these questions real quick. Okay, can you see any projects surpassing Ethereum? And if so, which layer one would it be? Oh, wow. Layer one that could surpass Ethereum? I would say, right, so here, let's do this. We go to layer ones. We'll go to FTV. So ETH currently has 220 billion FTV, right? So if the layer one could surpass it, honestly, I don't think there's any that's going to surpass it, But if I had to pick, if you forced me to pick, not Binance, not Cardano, not Solana potentially, but I still think the chances are slim. They have to really bounce back. I'm bullish on Sol. We do have it in our fund, Token Metrics Ventures, but I don't think that's going to be it. I would say maybe Suya Aptos, because you have to really have a big 0 to 1 improvement. All right, I don't think from a blockchain perspective, what I look at, if we go to developer report, I showed you some customer webinar this week or last week, maybe even last week as well on the stream, right? Developer activity, right? Looking at the ecosystems, right? This is from Electric Capital that are growing. The top ones, right? Sweet Network, over 450% growth in the last 1 year, and over 6,000% growth in the last 2 years in terms of devs. Aptos as well. And they're both basically products that were born from or forged from Facebook Libra, the blockchain project. And Facebook had great engineers, and now teams from the kind of disbanded because they couldn't launch legally for different regulation issues. And now the Move blockchain, or Move blockchains, or Move languages, are now competing with devs, right? So if there's a project that's gonna surpass Ethereum, it's gonna be a project. You have to follow the developer activity, right? And right now, in terms of the devs, you've got Ethereum, you've got Polkadot. Polkadot is losing developers. They lost 12% in the last 1 year. Cosmos has gained 10%, right? So I would say Cosmos is definitely up there. Right now, in terms of developer activity, yeah, I think most devs are meeting. Lots of our portfolio companies are actually building in the Cosmos ecosystem, right? So from Nolus that launched to Nibiru, Perpetuals, right, to some others. We actually recently invested in a project called Dojima Network, also bidding on Cosmos and Ethereum as well. But Cosmos, I think, definitely has when I say definitely, a small chance, right? I still think ETH is king, smart contracts, it has 2/3 of market share. But if you force me to pick, right, I would say Cosmos. I would bet on Cosmos. Solana, but they have to bounce back, right? They've lost 12% of developers. No, Cardano, I'm sorry. Avalanche has lost almost 40% of the developers, right? So I would say, yeah, and then Sui and Aptos, right? Those are the ones to watch. Just looking at the developer activity, those are the blockchains to watch. You've got Aztec protocol, but that's still kind of in the Ethereum ecosystem, right? Those are the ones I'll be watching. Right, so let me know what you think. Okay, so let's actually answer coins, right? So what coins do I think can 100x for the next bull run, right? So we kind of answer this question all the time. People get it all the time, right? So we might as well talk about this all the time. But let's quickly see if anything has changed. So I'm going to start with investor grade. All right, so just come here, investor grade. Let's say 60% or higher. So this basically wants us in the buy zone or higher. All right, so this gives us, we're down to about 700 coins. That's a huge list. And then trading volume, we'll say 10 million or higher. But that way, make sure they're liquid. All right, so now we're going to say for 100x, we got to get in at very low FDB. So we'll say, because we think crypto is currently at about $1 trillion, and let's say it's going to do a 5x, or even 10x, right? 10x return. Right, so let's say 5x, right? So for 5x return, for it to do 100x, it would have to outperform the market by 20x. 20x times 5, something like that. Hold on, let me just. For now, I'm just going to do 500 million. All right, we're down to 40 coins. Okay, so let's see here. Let's sort by ascending FTV. Now, if you wanted, you could also add additional parameters to filter this even more. But for now, I'm just gonna actually, let's see here. I might add additional filters. This time I'm going to ignore Satina ratio for now. I'll keep the trading volume. And then if we're going to factor in valuation, actually, let's try this new filter. This is a new filter. Let's say valuation grade is 70% or higher. So I want it to be undervalued. Okay, so we're now down to 19 coins. Okay, so in terms of FDV, obviously not financial advice, but this is the list we're getting. I'm just going to read the list off, then show you the ones I like. So we got Milady, the meme coin. We got Selfkey, Volt Inu, AirSwap, Bella Protocol, IDEX, OMG Network, Linear, Cocos BCX, Cartesi, Numerai, Harmony, Sushi, Ontology, Urine.finance, Anchor, Qtum, Blueprint, Zilliqa. Okay, the ones in the stars are the ones we've kind of covered before that we like, that we think are undervalued and have good fundamentals and tech. So those would actually be Blueprint, Anchor, Harmony, although it's kind of dead because of the whole DAO. People kind of siphon money from the DAO. Or rather, the DAO gave money to different developers and projects that didn't really do much, just kind of ran off with the money. Cartesi, IDEX. Out of this list, I do like IDEX as the perp exchange. Cartesi, Anchor. Those are the ones I would like off this list. If I now remove this and let me just remove this filter and try a different filter. Yeah, so let's say we wanted to what else do I have? If we do, let's say, 1 billion, I want to see what this gets us. We can add in some larger caps. And this bumped us to 70. Okay, so we've got no risk. Somebody had mentioned this. CKB is on the list. With Seller, we've covered Seller in the past. We have Sushi here, Ontology. I mean, lots of coins that fit the Asia narrative. So basically, if you're trading and speculating, I'm seeing a lot of Asia blockchains just popping up on all kinds of lists. So Zilliqa as well, Asian blockchain. TommyNet, I think is Asian as well. Ocean, data and AI play. Oasis Network, privacy, blockchain, EVM. Kava, yeah, Kava and Injective, I like. Yeah, Neo again. That's an old 2017. That was meant to be the Ethereum for China. People made money on it, but never really did much. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of the quick list, right? Now, venture-wise, there are products we also like as well. They have not launched yet. So actually, speaking of that, I'm bringing back the 100x show. I know people have been asking for it, so it's coming back. And the first product we'll be covering is actually one of our portfolio companies for Tokenmetrics Ventures. People have been talking about this. They just launched recently. It's called Knowledge Protocol. And this is their website is knowledge.io, Nolus.io. So we're going to have one of the team members on for a interview. This will be pre-recorded and then we'll post it on the channel. So definitely make sure you subscribe, put on alerts to make sure you get alerted when we put up the video. Definitely very, very interesting project. Comes from the team over at Nexa, or rather they're incubated by Nexa. So I'll go through and kind of ask, it'll be a deep dive, probably anywhere from half an hour to an hour long video or interview. And then we have a lot of other products in queue. So basically lots of products we've been talking to, we'll definitely reach out to them to have them on the show. All right, so let's go back and get some other questions. Is Akash Network a good catch-up play if going for the AI GPU narrative? Seems their tech is better and they fixed the inflation problem. Thanks. Akash Network. And that was like a mining project. Let's look at this real quick. All right, as a trade, yeah, over 22%. That's in 1 day, and trader grade is in the strong buy at 82%. Investment grade is buy, it's going up. FDV under 200 million. Okay, I mean, I could see that, right? So looking at this, the investor grade has been pretty consistent as it's been rising from like 18 cents all the way to a high of 60 cents in Feb. Then it crashed with the market. Then went from 23 cents to 45 cents. So it looks like there's something brewing here, right? If we actually pull it up here on CoinGecko, would this really be an AI play? So we got Cosmo ecosystem and AI. Okay. So let's take a look real quick. Sovereign infrastructure that scales. Akash is an open network that lets users buy and sell computing resources securely and efficiently. All right. I mean, as a trade, I would not be opposed to it. Currently, a platform like that. Okay, so we got a blog post here, the fast evolving AI landscape. Race to the bottom with OpenAI API wrapped app clones. All right, they've got GPUs are the new oil. Okay, I mean, this could definitely be a play. Definitely worth looking into. All right, so yeah, I think definitely worth looking into as a trade. And then maybe long-term as an investment, you kind of have to wait that out. All right, let's take maybe one more question here. Complex and Unio. I don't think so. Big data protocol, good coin. I don't think so. Looked at it in the past. I don't think it was. Not financial advice. What VC funds do you consider best in class in the crypto space? I shared this with our customers or Astronaut holders on the call. But basically, there are lots of different VCs out there. There's a long list. We take a data-driven approach in terms of the VCs that we think make sense. We actually look at the actual holdings, and we actually track the portfolio holdings performance once they launch a token and it's trading on exchanges, and then looking at the ROI of the portfolio of tokens that are publicly trading on exchanges, we then rate them. Right? So there's some VCs that are essentially all hype, and there's some VCs that are good, and there's some that are not really known, but are very, very good, right? So if you like that, we can actually maybe even create a section on tokenomics to track that. Tell us what you think. All right, so unfortunately, I do have to hop off. I have some calls I have to get to, but happy Friday, and join us again next week. We try to do the stream typically around 1 p.m. Austin time, Central time, or 2 p.m. Eastern time. But definitely let us know. I'll also be doing a show, as mentioned, for NOLAS, and bringing the 100x advisors, 100x interview show back with different companies in the space. Hopefully we can find some alpha and share that with you guys. And most of these projects will be early, that way, because I feel like people like finding new projects early on. Maybe some could be projects that are already launched and already out there, but want to find the next 100x. hence the 100x show. All right, that being said, thank you, everybody, and have a good week.